Happy Friday, everybody. Once again, it is Friday here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And my name is Priya Mohan. I am the owner of sariKNOTsari, a clothing store in Hamilton, Ontario. I find beautiful, pure silk saris, and I turn them into clothing that is size inclusive and age inclusive, and great for travel, and that can actually bring you joy and allow you to play dress up again, like when you were a little girl, because sometimes don't we all need that? Behind the camera is my very good friend and colleague, Shefali. Colleague?
Oh my God, so
colleague.
funny, but true.
What would you like me to call you?
I feel like that's correct.
That is correct.
It?
My
Yeah.
better half, the other side of my brain, part of my shared
the other
brain.
side of my brain.
Actually, we had further proof of that today because I went in and I pulled a bunch of pieces online for today's live. And then I got here and I said to Shefali, did you pull those pieces that I had indicated? She goes, no, I just pulled these. And like out of the ones she pulled, more than half were the ones that I had pulled. I'm like, good thing we share a brain.
I think I only missed two.
You only missed two, yeah. So we are here today to talk about being green. And there's a couple of reasons we chose being green. One is that we're getting in the oregano pants. And I love the oregano pants. And so I wanted to play with them. That is a little bit of self-indulgence on my part. As well, it is Earth Month. And so we wanted to take this opportunity to remind you that we are a green company. We strive to be greener. We would love to find ways to be greener. But what we do that helps with the environment and helps with fabric pollution and the reduction of fabric waste is our clothing, our silk clothing, is made out of vintage pure silk saris. So they're basically secondhand clothes, but because saris are 5.5 yards by approximately 44 inches, it's a rectangle of fabric, we're able to take that fabric and turn it into clothing. And then what we do to be size inclusive is out of every sari, we make one piece that is extremely generously cut. So that's why we have our generously cut styles. We always give those styles preference. So that's why we have things like our boxy baby doll dress, our maxi dress, our midi length caftan, our maxi caftan, because they are extraordinarily generously cut. And then we get to use the rest of the fabric for other pieces that use increasingly less fabric. So some of you have asked your boxy tops. They're not very size inclusive, and you are absolutely correct. They are what we make when we absolutely cannot make anything bigger out of the fabric. We make our boxy tops. And then whatever we have left over from all of that, we turn into scrunchies. And whatever we have left from all of that, we sell as fabric remnants, with which many of you customers buy for your arts and crafts. We've had people buy them and then tie them onto string to make bunting for parties. They're actually I can't even think of all the different ways you guys have shown us that you use our little scraps. And that's one of the other ways that we are a green company, someone who's striving to do better and make better choices that are better for the environment. Shefali, can you think of any other ones?
Of ways that we are better? Well, we have actually a almost no waste. You talked about that, right? No waste production.
What about the ethical practices?
Well, we are a fair wage company.
Yes.
So we pay everyone in sariKNOTsari, including the team in India that makes all these fabulous silks, fair wages. Yeah. We make sure
living wages.
Yeah, fair living wages, because they also have lives and they also want to put their kids to good schools and do things with their families, and we want to make sure that they can do that with this business.
Yes, and so we do have ethical payment policies. We also have ethical work environments where we have, it's kind of hard in India because air conditioning is kind of like on again, off again, but we make allowances for people to work at night instead of during the day if that's what they prefer, because the temperature is better. This is a bolero, by the way. And I thought it'd be great with the oregano pants.
Come closer and show the fabric.
Yeah, let me show you the fabric. So that's another way. A portion of all of from every sale goes to Save the Elephants, which is an organization out of Africa. And what else do we do? Can you think of anything else we do?
Well, we also, you said Save the Elephants. We actually had our necklace, which I know that we showcase a lot too, that we did with another company that is actually repurposed from padlocks. And that's our Together We Can necklace. And
Which
that was
looks like this here.
Yeah.
Actually, I think oh no, it wouldn't be there yet. It's in the description for today's collection, the list of things that we do to try to be a more ethical green company.
I will go search it up now.
Yes, and if you are on Instagram and you would like to see today's collection along with that list, you can just type in "show me" and it will give you a link to a page where our collection today is featured at the top. If you are on Facebook or YouTube, you'll find the collection in the description for this event that you're viewing. And at the top of the page, you'll see the different ways we're green. So this is Earth Month. So we wanted to talk about green. And what was the other reason? Spring. We were thinking of spring. And it's really nice to see the buds coming out of the ground and little shoots of things. I saw my first flowers. I think they were crocuses.
Cute.
And I thought, yeah, let's think about green. Okay, so these pants I'm wearing are from the Bryn Walker Spring 2025 collection. Now, for the most part, we pre-sold those pieces. And then we had some colors that we got in store. So we got Viscasha, which is actually this color. We got this color here, which, did you grab a para?
Yes, of course.
We got para. And then we had a few other colors. And once we started getting in the Bryn Walker, we realized that we really should have brought in the oregano. So the oregano will be arriving in store for us to sell to you. So not as a special order, but available for sale. It's already available on the website. We pre-ordered a couple of it in each size. So if you know that you love oregano, grab them now because we cannot order any more from Bryn Walker. They've already started production of their fall ones. So that's it. Spring is over.
That is it.
That is it. And having said that, Bryn Walker called me yesterday to take payment for the April shipment, which means we should have it within the next week or two. So those of you who placed a pre-order of Bryn Walker in January for delivery in April should be hearing from us soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
And just want to read some comments while you show that fabulous fabric. Everyone was saying happy Friday. Jane says she loves the Casbah. She says hey to the both of us. Heather says I love green after black, of course. And Heather says I love all my new pieces.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, the girls did such an incredible job getting those out quickly.
And Damien, your student, joined the live as always. And Damien said, I love oregano. I add it to my grilled cheese sandwiches. It's great.
I made a soup today with fresh thyme in it. And I think that herbs are underrated. There you go.
Profound, Priya.
Thank you.
Didn't your mom get her spice mix patented or something like
that? My
mom
did get her spice mix patented. And my family in India, my dad's side of the family, owned the first electricity place that did electronics in their small village of Nosari.
The light wallas.
The light wallas. Walla means with. So they're the family with the light. And they were the first ones to wire their village with electricity. And my mom's family business was across the street. They were the Bhagwati General Store wallas.
Oh, of course.
Right.
Yes.
They owned the general store, which sold spices. And my mom and my dad used to make googly eyes at each other across the street as they both were in their respective shops.
A love story for the ages.
Little story there.
And Marilyn says, happy Friday. Looking forward to your presentations, which are always fun. I know that one's beautiful.
Beautiful.
I ordered oregano and I'm so happy that I did. Margot said, Margot says, oh my God, sorry, Margot. I got mine yesterday and I love them too.
Oh, I'm so glad. And Morag sent a picture of her wearing her Evia Casbah pants with the mermaid shrug.
Yeah.
And she went to a Van Gogh exhibit, the
virtual
immersive.
Van Gogh one, yeah.
Yeah, and oh my God, she looked like Van Gogh. She looked like a work of art.
Damn.
Walking through a work of art. It was very cool.
That's so cool.
So this is a self-pocket dress. I think I've shown it to you before, but I'm really excited to show it to you with the oregano. So the colors that are in here are different shades of green. Like we have kind of an oregano green, but we also have an olive green. This is a nochi type color, or what was this year's nochi again?
Yearling.
We have something that's kind of more of an ochre. We have our red, which is beautiful. The purples here, which will match any purples from last year, not this year's purples. This would probably match the magenta. Not Mourvedre, the other one, Digitalis.
Oh,
Digitalis from this year. But yeah, here we go. I'm gonna
I
put
think it would even match Kirsch, even if it is a little dark.
Yeah, and I could actually show you all of those. So if you have already purchased from spring 2025, then you look at how great that is together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I'm in love, guys. I love me a good purple-green combo.
Me too.
Yeah.
We're very biased for purple green over here.
There's something about it. This one's beautiful, and then it's got those little bits of gold, the little gold flecks in it.
Mm-hmm.
Adorable.
How would it look with that gold, multi-shaped kind of? It's got gold and
This
silver.
one?
Yeah.
So our necklaces are still 50% off. If you go into the sale tab in our menu, I think it says brands on sale or sale. I just say sale. But it's all the sustainable brands we have on sale, including this brand, which is a Canadian brand called Susie Blue Canada. And we're just clearing the way for some new products. But these are all ethically made in Bali by, it's a cottage industry, so there are people who work from home and then produce these. I kind of love this together.
Me too.
And you know, remember last time you guys were saying I should take home that purple one? I don't know if it was then or if it was during the release live.
Oh, yeah.
I did. I took home the purple one. Guys, I let you buy it. I did. I waited and waited and waited, and nobody scooped it up. And then I was like, I must. Now I must. That was the universe telling me.
Kate Tosh is asking, are the golden flecks woven in or are they applied?
These, the gold?
Yeah.
So somebody told us what they were called the last time we did a live. They said it had something to do, they said it was an open weave, warp weft weave or something.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember we talked to somebody about
yeah.
that? So the gold is not applied, it's woven through the silk, and then the ends of it are cut off. So you can kind of see the end right there. Could they see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's beautiful though. It's very lightweight and it's not itchy at all, which is a concern. Okay, loving this. Let's try something else. Other information that I wanted to share with you. Okay, guys, for our lovely US customers. So for our Canadian customers, you should know that almost half the time that we get orders from our American customers, in the customer notes box, it says things like, we love Canada, we love you, you guys are the best neighbors, I'm so sorry, I wish this wasn't happening. Like the outpouring of sympathy for us, when I feel like there's so much change happening in the States that they probably need some sympathy for themselves too, because just that quantity of change is overwhelming. So yes, American customers, we love you. We feel for you. We hope that we have an election coming up that, I don't want to get political. We just hope.
What we talked about right before the live.
Yes, that I said to Shivali, we will not get political. She's like, right, Priya, right, we won't.
Of course.
Of course. Okay, so we too have an election coming up. And I think it's really important that we look at who's promising what and how they're going to achieve what they want to achieve. That's neutral.
That's very diplomatic of
Very
you.
diplomatic. So getting back to tariffs. So I have been concerned for all my sweet, sweet American customers about how the tariffs were going to affect your purchases from us. So I've been trying to keep on top of it. And the way that it looks now, it's super complicated. And I shout out to Jamie, who wrote the funniest thing. I put it in the swap and sell group that, like, I'm really confused, but I think this is what's happening. And she replied that, you're confused. I feel like I had a dream. I went to bed in 2025, woke up in Bizarro 1930, and I didn't study for my exam, and I don't know any of the answers. Like the quintessential, everything goes wrong.
Everything
nightmare
goes wrong for the most important test ever.
in the world. So, okay, first let me tell you what I'm wearing. So this is another piece that's on sale. This is from a Bryn Walker collection from several years ago, actually. We got custom-made Huxley tanks in the bamboo cotton. And this color is called Mill Pond, which is a really pale teal that leans towards blue. And Shefali had this great idea to pair it with this. And you know what? It kind of looks like a tree in the sky.
Yeah.
Right? You get those same beautiful warm tones. And then Shefali said we should pair it with this. And I said, Shefali, you could be right. Because even though there's no green in here, at all, actually. Let me show you the colors. It looks really nice because of the blue looks really good with the orange and the green looks really good with the orange. So there you go. Very, very soft.
I'm going to turn off the light just so you guys can see how tonal this piece is. Like, it doesn't look as bold as it does on camera.
Yeah, it's not bold.
Quite a neutral piece. And then because the biggest pop in the outfit is actually the oregano pants, which is also very tonal, it's a pretty cool look.
It's a really cool look. This is Shefali's brilliance at work here, guys. So the way, as it stands, this is how the tariffs work. I did try to explain it a little bit yesterday, but to my knowledge, this is what's happening. If you are purchasing products, regardless of where they're made, from Canada. No, actually, that doesn't make sense because there'll still be the 10%. No, that's wrong. Oh, okay, guys, I don't have any answers. The important thing to know is there is this, because I just realized there'd still be 10%, the 10% on Indian products.
Yeah.
So if, right, okay, guys, okay. Maybe we'll work this out together. There is this thing called the de minimis loophole. The de minimis loophole is a way that people in the United States can buy things from Canada and abroad. And if it's under $800 US, it bypasses the customs duties and taxes and just arrives to you. There have been threats that the de minimis loophole would get closed, but it hasn't closed, which means in theory, you can buy products from anywhere in the world, and as long as it's under $800 US, you can get it tax-free and duty-free. But they have said that they're closing the de minimis loophole for China and Hong Kong. So I'm guessing you cannot buy products from China and Hong Kong and hope that the de minimis loophole will protect you from taxes. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay. This is where the question comes in. We sell products that are made in India. India still has a de minimis loophole. So whether you bought it from India or you bought it from us, if it's under $800 American, you wouldn't have to pay duty. But because they've closed the de minimis loophole for China, for example, and Blue Sky, which is a Canadian brand, produces some of its products in China, would those be exempt or not? We don't know.
Because it's based on, we don't know.
Country of origin.
Or rather than where it's shipping from.
Yeah. So we're pretty confident we know where things stand with the sariKNOTsari brand. We are less confident about where things stand with other brands, like brands that are produced in China that are shipping out of Canada.
There's a lot of comments.
Okay.
So Claire really liked that pairing together of the
blue and the
blue
orange.
and the
Yeah,
green.
it's so pretty.
And Heather was saying, I own every single Huxley bamboo. They are spectacular. And Amy was wondering if Heather sized down for the Huxleys. What do you suggest?
The bamboo Huxleys are slightly tighter than the linen Huxleys. So whatever you were going to get, if you already know you fit, let's say, a linen Huxley in a medium, you would want to go with a large if you go with the bamboo cotton Huxley. In terms of how do the Bryn Walker Huxley tanks fit overall, generally speaking, I'm an extra large on top in the Bryn Walker Huxley tank. In linen, I go down 2 sizes to a medium. If I'm buying the bamboo cotton, I go down 1 size to a large. Did that help?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
So this is super cute too. Now the shade of green in this is a lot brighter. You can see it's like a Kelly green, and then it has the Kelly green on the sleeves. But I think it still works with this green because the dots are so small.
Mm-hmm.
You think so too, right?
I love it.
So I was thinking, here's me doing a controversial pairing.
Cute. That's
Right?
really nice.
That's what I thought too, because this does have some of those purpley tones in it, and some of the yellow and some of the green.
You just need a necklace to tie it together. I would do a green one, the green heart. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Now I have been trying to sell you guys this piece for so long, and the only thing I can think is that it does not show well because it's beautiful. It's got navy, it's got green, it's got burgundies, it's got ochres, it's got black, it's got sand, it's got octopus. It's got just about everything in it. It's a kimono sleeve jacket. And I think what you do is you bring out a pop of color with it. Like it becomes almost a neutral that you pair with, like exactly like this. You put bright, and then this kind of over top. But I am quite in love with this piece, and I've never seen colors like this before. They're muted and understated, but there's so many colors.
How would it look if you took the kimono sleeve jacket and tied the ends together? You know those two sides where the slit is?
So here and here?
Yeah.
Let's see.
And Carol says, ooh, purple and green look awesome together. And Amy actually said, I'm kind of happy with that rule for China because maybe Shein and Temu will see less business. And it's interesting because I actually saw some comments about how it might not prevent that because people will be looking to buy there more because it's cheaper stuff. And so even though they're buying there and the stuff is cheaper.
So you can, even if you pay the additional duties and
it's
taxes.
worth it for how cheap the stuff is.
Oh.
So it actually kind of works in their favor, unfortunately, because of their business model.
Yeah, it does work in their favor.
Yes.
So people who aren't doing fast products are the ones who are going to suffer. So basically, the really super ethical brands in China will suffer.
Well, of course, like the ones that actually have good quality factories that they're worked with, that they're ethical and sustainable, and they provide good quality production, they will suffer. All brands that provide good quality products will suffer
because they're worth more. They cost more.
They cost more for the business. But Shein and Temu, their stuff costs them nothing to make, right?
Well, and I know that this was one of the concerns about the de minimis loophole is that people were using the loophole to participate more in fast fashion.
Yes.
Which is not great for the environment. So anything that curbs fast fashion is a good plan. I don't know if this is the solution.
I don't think it is, personally. I think that what it does is it forces people to, buy from the market that they believe they can get the most amount of stuff from because it's causing a frenzy, right? It's causing a panic. And that's just more of a poor understanding of buying behavior as well as buying confidence. And I think that unfortunately, we've already seen, a lot of retail companies see that their American customers have very little buying confidence outside of Shein and Temu.
Look how sweet that is together.
So
honestly,
sweet together.
This matches everything. It's a great color.
Amy said, well, poop.
Yeah, exactly. Well, poop. I know. Yes, I have been saying that. My husband and I go through solutions for the world. We're like, I know. This could happen. It would solve everything.
A time vortex will appear.
A time vortex, something. And then one of us will go, yeah, but then this would happen. Right. Poop. Okay, let's think of another one.
Yeah. Heather says, I have large boobs and broad shoulders, and the Huxley tank works great. And Carol says, the pieces I ordered from the last shipment looked beautiful on video and photo, but even more stunning in person. So I'm assuming that the photos and videos are working great, guys.
That's so great. Yes. And I think there's only 80 pieces left that don't have videos.
Wow.
Yeah. We've been busy. Okay. This is too beautiful. I know it's sparkly.
Come closer.
I will. I'm trying to see if it's inside out. It's not. Okay. It's just art. I find that I'm at this stage now in my dressing room where I've just taken all of my favorite things and I've got them kind of hanging up on the outside.
Oh, as like literal art.
As literal art. I'm like, I walk in and I go, oh, so that dress that I bought, the purple one, that one's up for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So I can just look at it and go, oh, so pretty.
Oh, yeah.
This would be one of the ones I would put on the wall because it's too pretty.
It's really beautiful.
It's beautiful. So it's different shades of red and burgundy. And it also has navy blue and multi-tonal greens along with gold embroidery. And all of these tiny little paisley designs here are embroidered along the outside. And I'll just show you the bottom as well because there's so much crazy embroidery down here.
How is that not sold? I agree, Carol.
I don't know how it hasn't sold either.
It not sold?
It really is a work of art. Like, I feel like I just want to wear it like this. The sorry person in me.
And Mrs. Ears says, every day needs sparkle.
It does.
Jacqueline asks, which purple piece did Priya buy? Priya, why don't you explain the purple piece?
So I bought a piece. It was a self-pocket dress in crepe. It was shades of purple, lavender, dark purple, and gray that kind of ombre into each other in stripes. And then it had a leaf, just one leaf that kind of started down here and went up like this. And it was embroidered in these beautiful glass beads, but all tone on tone. So the entire thing was those muted grays, lavenders, purples. It was too beautiful. And it paired so well with my purple things and my black things and my gray things. And I just thought, this is too nice. I've never seen anything like it. And we told you guys all about it so many times. And it wasn't right. And what you said was, if this were midi length caftan, we would buy it in a heartbeat. But it wasn't a midi length caftan, alas. So fair warning, this one is a little itchy on the inside. It's the gold thread. Whenever we have actual metallic thread, you're going to feel the metallic thread on the inside. Ooh, this is nice. Shivali, would you pair? Oh, this I would rather pair with that skirt, right?
I gave it for
This one?
you. You do what you'd like to do with it. How would it look with that kind of sagey cardigan as well?
I think it would look really nice. I'm trying to pull things that go
So
with
with
these
the
knits
oregano?
first.
Ah.
Yeah, before I.
Oh, there, that box, that side slit top. It's a blue side slit top.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, this one. Oh my gosh.
I thought those would go really well
Love the
together.
purple and that really soft sky blue, and then up here we have a warmer, almost periwinkle blue. Somebody's gonna ask me if it matches with Lisianthus.
Oh, the Xanthus. I
And the
think
answer
so.
is no.
Not even,
Shockingly, no. See, it's more grade.
but it should pair with allium actually, maybe because of the little purple specks in there. The little
Oh, down
circles.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe with the allium, but not the Lisianthus. The Lisianthus is a true bright periwinkle. So some good news. I just told you guys that the shipment to Bryn Walker is coming soon. And supposedly, we are going to be getting the 1x1 foot swatches of the new fabrics. Oh, look at this together, Shivali.
Oh, I know.
Such a great
It's amazing.
haul. Love that. And this is a Monday, Tuesday top, so it's a side slit top. Fits comfortably to a size 18. I'm a 38C in the bust, and there's still lots of room here. If you're unsure of the fit, join the Swap and Sell group. The ladies are so great about sharing fit experiences. So, like, if you go on there and say, I'm interested in a side slit top, these are kind of my dimensions. Is there anyone out there who already owns one? They'll be able to share that with you.
Heather says, say swatches fast 3 times.
Swatches, 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 swatches. So these are the swatches we're going to be getting. So
A bit more this way.
a bit more this way. So not this part that's on top, but the part on the bottom. These are the colors. This is a fabulous teal. We have fabulous green. This gold that has us all very excited. Dandelion.
Interesting how where they cut the pattern, like the swatches from. They cut it from the end.
Oh, did they?
It looks like it, yeah, because that border that's on top, like.
No, I think it's just a print. I think they print them like that.
Oh,
Like
right,
it's-
because I forget they do prints as well.
Yeah. And actually, these are just 2 fabrics glued really close to each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So those are the colors we're getting. They're all too beautiful. I pity us all.
I'm already pitying myself now.
Yeah. Look at thyme and kelp.
I kind of really think that, is it Orla or Orta?
Orta. Oh, this one, the teal. Yeah. I know. I think it's a little lighter than last year's teal Learbird.
Mm.
So yeah, we'll have bigger swatches of these guys. Yeah, this is adorable. So I really even like it without the green. Like I even just think the blue with the green and the black looks nice.
Yeah.
Are we sold out of Darcy?
In black?
Yeah.
I think so, but I can check.
Really? Yeah, check. Because I feel like this is one of those pieces where I would say just throw a black cardigan over top and watch it all come together. Let's see if we have one.
I do not see that,
Hmm.
unfortunately. I gave you, did you want a red one or maybe a purple one or?
No, that's okay. We may be sold out or they might be downstairs. But I'm not going to send you down.
Let me check online first.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. And then I will set this to the side just in case we do find them.
Makes me think of a piano. I agree. Yeah, it is giving very Black Keys.
It really is, but in the coolest way possible. Nope. Nope. Oh, this. So this is a kimono sleeve duster. I don't know. I think this is going to be a this or that situation. Would you pair it with the oregano, or would you pair it with? Do we have any?
We have one.
Is it on a mannequin?
Oh, I'm already checking. No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go downstairs quickly.
Okay. So the other color that I might pair this with is this cotton skirt. Oh, I'm thinking the cotton skirt for sure. So I'll try this on later, but you can see this lovely shade of green. It's very much like a spring fresh pea green. I don't know what we call it. We call it bright green, but it's a muted bright green. Like it's definitely slightly faded or grayed out, but it's still very bright. And I think that is the color that looks amazing with this right here. I think you could wear the oregano with it because there are the darker shades, but this green just makes it pop. It's so hard when I can't see what you guys are saying. It's like I'm missing my eyes right now. Did you find it, Shefali? Any luck?
I wasn't able to find it. So I'm just gonna take that off inventory until we do find it.
It's got to be on a mannequin somewhere.
I've checked all the mannequins.
Okay, so this is a one shoulder dress. We're getting one shoulder dresses in the new shipment, which, guys, has arrived. But we're checking it out, making sure that everything is accurate, and we are learning from our mistakes from last time. So as much as I was tempted to run downstairs and grab 5 of my favorites and show them to you, I said, no, I'm going to do this deliberately. I will not show anything until I know it's going to end up online so that nobody gets their hopes up. But I can tell you, they're breathtaking. Just freaking breathtaking. And I only looked at one rack, and there's like 5 racks down there.
Yeah.
So what we're going to be releasing, Shefali, you might help me out with this. I think I sent you the list as well.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, we are going to be releasing ponchos, kimono sleeve tops, cardigans, waterfall tops, side slit tops, high-low tops, maxi dresses, boleros, and tunics with side ties.
Yep.
And that's it, right?
You said side slit?
Yes.
You said short caftan?
No, short caftan. That's the one I missed. So short caftans.
And one shoulders, high lows, you said all that?
I didn't
Yes.
say one shoulders. So one shoulders are also coming.
Mhm.
So what we're holding on to for the following release is baby dolls, kimono sleeve dusters, kimono sleeve jackets, self pocket dresses. Is that it?
You actually are releasing some baby dolls in this one.
Shouldn't be.
Oh,
Should I be?
it says in the list that you are. But it doesn't say self pocket.
Okay. Hold on one sec. I have the list on my phone. Let's get this right, everybody. Let's not make mistakes. Mistakes make people sad. Okay.
Makes me think, yes. And I think a skirt would be nice with this one, Jackie.
Okay, so.
I love the one shoulder dresses on you, Priya. They're so elegant and beautiful. I know, right?
Thank you. Okay, it's not that one. Okay, got it. This is what's coming. This is what we're holding. Shrugs, midi length caftans, short kimono sleeve jackets, kimono sleeve dusters, self pocket dresses, and maxi caftans. And yes, baby dolls are getting released.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you want to know the numbers, 41 kimono sleeve tops, 49 high-low tops, 30 tunics with side ties, 39 short caftans, tunic length caftans, 117 poncho capelets, 53 versatile vests, that's the one I forgot, 30 boleros, 21 shoulder dresses, 30 maxi dresses, 44 baby dolls. How exciting. 113 waterfall tops, 98 cardigans, and 78 side slits, plus I think another 20. So that's it, guys. That's the list. And we're releasing it on Sunday, April 27th. That is the plan. And we're going to implement all of the advice that you guys gave us. We appreciate it so much. And keep that good advice coming. We are making a list. We're always trying to improve. We don't feel criticized. We feel supported when you guys say to us, hey, I know you tried that, but it didn't work. It lets us know what things are like on your end, because our goal is always to keep you guys happy. Like, I'm sure this psychologist would help me understand this better, but it makes me really happy to make other people happy. So I would like to be happy in knowing that I've made you happy. So it's selfish of me. Please let me make you happy. So here we go. One shoulder dress. This fabric is phenomenal. It is a Monday, Tuesday look. I'll turn it around and show it to you from the other side. This fabric is all embroidered. You can see with that beautiful kind of Morvedra, deep magenta thread. And then we have multi-tonal shades of green. Here, the green is embroidered. This is not an itchy fabric at all. And what else? So the nice thing about this piece, I know some of you wear it with tight sleeve t-shirts and tight sleeve, long sleeve tops. But it's designed so that it fits your curves on this side, shows off your bust, but then everything else that's really going on under here gets hidden underneath this drape. So that was the styling idea there. It's really elegant, looks great as a dress on its own too, with a pair of strappy heels. But even if you just wear it with your casual pants, like, it looks adorable. And I've worn it kind of like tucked up like that as well. To add a bit more definition. We've had customers who've added like a little magnet thing here to add a bit more definition through here. We've had customers who've said that if they wish that the neckline were a little bit narrower, and what they've done is they've added a magnet here on this side to help balance that, and it gives you almost like a cap sleeve effect here.
I have a couple comments. Jackie asks, midi caftans?
Midi caftans we will be releasing those in May.
And Marilyn says, I'm looking forward to seeing one shoulder dresses and high-low tops with which I would like to supplement my SKS wardrobe.
Oh, that's nice. I'm looking forward to those too. We haven't had a lot of those in the last little while.
I didn't see this comment, but I think it's for when you put on the one shoulder dress. Carol just went, Priya! Exclamation point. She also asked, when is the release date?
April 27th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time. Somebody brought that up to me. I don't know what the difference is. It's going to come down to an hour. Check our website. There will definitely be a countdown there, and then you can figure out what it is in your time zone, or use your phone. And I don't know. It's so hard to figure out time zones. Even with India, Angela and I are always getting it wrong. And we're both working on it. It comes down to, okay, Angela, I will see you in 37 hours and 40 minutes. And she's like, yeah, that sounds good. And it's the only way we know we're going to get it right. So this is it the other way. It still has some sparkles through here. Sorry, I'm super thirsty today.
Is it 11 a.m., right?
Mm-hmm.
And also, so you can catch your breath for a second.
Thank you.
K.Tosh is asking, do you still have items that you save for the in-store only? Because I'm coming to Hamilton in late April.
Oh, that's so sweet. Mid-April. No, we aren't. But the reason we were doing that is because we weren't able to get shipments as often. And now, because we are getting shipments quite often, we are, there's always enough in stock. So if you came in, you would see quite a selection in store. And what we were finding is when we saved pieces for in-store, they would sit in store. And even if we put them back online, it's like people have already finished shopping for ponchos or whatever, and they weren't selling. So we're kind of, so the answer is no, we're not. But we will have lots of pieces for you. And if you're able to bump your trip even a week, like if you could come after the 27th, then what you could do is purchase online during the sneak peek.
And then pick them up in person.
Pick them up and try them on. And if you're like, I'm not crazy about this one, I'd rather swap it out, then you can either have a store credit or you could just like do a swap while you're in store. So I would say that for those styles that I mentioned that were being released on the 27th, we will probably be at our lowest inventory of those before we release. So we're working on getting more and more inventory. It's fun. It's fun to get all these beautiful pieces in. My goal on Tuesday is to have another picking saris session. We were supposed to have one this last Tuesday, but Anshul hasn't updated her Wi-Fi, and it was just so painful with the Wi-Fi cutting out, and it's hard for me to pick the fabric. So that should hopefully happen by next week. So this is it, Tuesday.
Yes.
Show Tuesday.
This is Tuesday.
Tuesday.
And Margot said daylight savings is when we spring forward. Amy says, and she tags Margot and Lorena, going to have to embrace the JOMO for the next shipment.
What is
Yes,
JOMO?
JOMO. Guys, you're going to have to explain JOMO, the joy of missing out.
Oh, honestly, I understand JOMO. I think if I were to define JOMO, it would be when you fall in love with so many pieces that you can't afford them all. And then you just have to be really happy that they went to a home where you know they will be loved and cared for because you were not in a position to adopt them. That's my definition of JOMO. Am I even close?
I think you're exactly nailing it because Amy said it is joy of missing out.
Yeah.
And K.Toast said, I'm coming for 3 weeks to do the Grammy thing. What Grammy thing?
I don't know.
Are you involved in the Grammys?
The Grammy thing?
Not
I don't know
sure.
about that.
And yes, let us know. And Lorena sent a bunch of emojis or Romo.
Oh,
What's Romo?
are of missing out. Regret?
The regret of missing out?
Maybe regret.
Oh, this fabric needs a close-up.
Yes, this fabric. Oh. This is so pretty. So this one again, all embroidered. What does Romo mean?
Jomo's catching on. Rebecca said, I Jomo'd the last shipment. It wasn't as painful as I expected.
Honestly, when I see you guys buy all the pieces that I have had my eye on, there is also Jomo for me. But I know it's going to a good home and I can't possibly own them all. It's kind of like puppies. At some point, you have to just say, somebody else needs this puppy. And maybe this puppy needs somebody who's not me. So there.
K.Toast says, grandchildren's support crew.
Oh, very cool.
Carol said, but the embroidery always pulls me in. That's the problem.
It really is a problem for us all. You should see some of the baby dolls that are coming in. I actually grabbed some Shefali. I grabbed 5 and I was like, I'm going to show these. And then I'm like, no, I promise.
Literally, I don't know how many people would kill you, but it wouldn't be pleasant.
Well, I'm actually not worried about Alex. I just make sure I put them back in the right spot. But I was thinking, what if one of them ends up being wabi-sabi? Or what if one of them ends up...
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is that it doesn't matter anymore. Alex will be not pleased. Yeah.
Yeah, because the goal is to be as transparent as possible. And once they're ready and confirmed, I can show them to my heart's content. In the meantime, I just have to imagine how fun it would be showing them to you. That's all I got.
Carol says, Priya!
They are really nice, eh? So this is how I came up with the idea of this dress. It's really silly, actually. For a while there, I was very into Hermes scarves and things that looked like Hermes scarves. Like they weren't actually Hermes scarves, but they had the same look and feel. And I ended up with this crazy huge collection of them because I can be like that. Shefali, can you attest to the fact that I can be like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a collector over here, especially if I like something. So I wasn't actually wearing them because really, an Hermes scarf requires a whole put together look. And I have been moving quickly away from that put together look into something a lot more flowy and less tailored and more whimsical. And the Hermes scarves were not suiting that look. So I thought, what am I going to do with these scarves? And I thought, what if I sewed them together so that there was like a little neck opening here? And then, remember I showed you the one I said this was the first one I ever made?
Yeah.
And I just took a needle and thread and started sewing things together.
Yeah.
And so I made 2. I made one like this, and then I made one like this. And I think we pretty much have those 2 styles in store now, right?
Basically.
You have the tunic length caftan and the one shoulder dress. Because even the point then was to show off the fabric of the scarves, right? It's really lets you be the canvas for the art.
Mm-hmm.
and gets lets you justifies holding a martini all night.
It does.
It does.
It really does. In both hands.
In both.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I might be done with things that match oregano.
Carol says it's so nice to admire the silks. I like looking back at the Choosing Sari videos after release to see what was made and what the sari looked like as a whole.
Yeah, it is exciting, isn't it? And the pieces that we've been getting lately, I think, like I've said before, they're really starting to get a sense of what it is we want, and we're getting more and more and more of those pieces, especially in the Georgettes. Like the Georgette digital prints are insane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Shefali, do you have a preference for which underpinning I go with next?
I would say you should go with Para.
Para. I do love me some Para. So for those of you who know, this is Para from the Bryn Walker Spring 2025 collection. It is a color that we currently carry in stock. So if you like it and we have your size, this is still available to purchase. It is a lightweight linen, just as the oregano is. So it's considered a summer weight. It wrinkles. You will see wrinkles in them, but they're not going to be full creases. They're just going to be like gentle rolls, and they do tend to fall out. And also, that's the joy of wearing linen, is that it looks just a little bit ruffled. Not ruffled. What's the word I'm thinking of? Rumpled. 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 I think that's it. Okay, I'm going to put these on. Give me a sec. I am wearing shorts underneath, but I feel like I'm not, which is why I ran into a corner, but I am, so it's okay. It's fine. So here we go. This is the Para. Fabulous color for spring. And the top I'm wearing, by the way, is the Betty tank. We should be getting some of these in May. They're the ones with the built-in bra. And the shorts I'm wearing are the Hallie shorts. So really nice underpinnings, especially for anti-chafing purposes, if you're going to wear them underneath a skirt or underneath a dress, and especially as we get into the hotter weather, if you're looking for something that will protect your legs from that. Okay, Para.
And Rebecca said, I have found that the lighter weight linen wrinkles rumples more than the heavyweight, so it looks more vacationing.
It does look more vacationing, and you're right. The heavyweight linen, it does have a thickness to it that makes the wrinkles turn more into rolls rather than creases. Having said that, I took winter weight or the heavyweight multi-season linen with me to France a few years ago, and I found it unbearably hot in that linen. So really? I know a lot of you are saying that, I love the feel of the heavyweight linen. If you are going to some place that is tropically temperatured for the season that you're going, you may find the heavyweight linen too warm, especially if you're going to be outside. Whereas the lightweight linen is very, very good at letting air in and drying quickly if you do sweat.
Yeah, I'm excited to take the Casbahs with me because I should be getting the Torta as well in the April shipment that's coming, and so I'm very excited to take both of them.
Oh yeah, because you've got a big trip planned. This one.
I like that piece, yeah.
Is this the one that I tried on before?
No. No.
That one had more orange in it, right?
Yes, it did.
Don't worry about that. Okay.
Ooh.
So beautiful. Let me show you guys the colors. The silk on this is unbelievably soft. We have some sky blue. We have some pale teal and gray and ochre. This dark color is like a charcoal gray, but I guess it could read as black as well. And some yearling tones through here. And are you getting me a necklace, Shefali?
No, I got you.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. So these tops are still on sale. These are by Orange Village. They're bamboo. And we don't have a lot of sizes left. This is a small medium. But is this the long slit or the short slit? That's
long
the long
slit.
So even though I am a large, extra large on top, usually an extra large, I find that the small medium does fit me because even though it covers the hips, it's got a slit right here so my hips can pop through. So let me try this on. And these, I believe, are 50% off or maybe even more.
I think they are 50% off. Yeah.
How much are they? They're $27 right now.
Wow.
Regular $68. And they're nice. I think it's just that we're not carrying them anymore.
Mm.
Oh, look at the blue with the green. That just screams summer. That might be my new favorite combination. That blue-green look. I find it very calming on a stressful day to look at trees and to look at trees with a background of sky,
Mm-hmm.
right? That green and the brown and the blue. It's beautiful. All right, let's see. So this is the small medium. I am a 38C. You can see how, even though I do have bigger hips, there's enough room for them because this is not meeting up here. There is a short slit version as well. The short slit version, I definitely need the large, extra large. So that looks kind of cute together.
I love those two together.
Yeah, really bright. And I think you're right. It's going to be stunning with this.
Kind of really brings out those border colors.
And then maybe the green necklace.
Yes. Or you
green
can even do the
heart.
black necklace. Like, do you see that black thin necklace? Yes.
Ooh.
Something add a bit of elegance.
Mhm. Oh, that's sweet. I went to Pilates today, Shivali. Every time I do something healthy, I think of you.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so nice.
And I went for a walk.
Wow.
So I went to Pilates today in my little workout capris and my little workout t-shirt
Yep.
and a duster. It looked so cute. And then today the weather was kind of warm, everybody.
It was really nice.
So as
yeah.
I was walking out of the place, my duster was just floating out behind me. And I thought, this is the dream. I'm living a dream. This
Yeah.
is me in the dream.
Thank you, Dream.
Thank you,
Yes.
Dream. Yeah, this is beautiful together. Absolutely stunning. What an outfit. Love so much. Okay, what else would you have me pair with these pants?
With those pants.
Oh, wait. I got one. Possibly.
I also have one.
Were you thinking of this one?
Ooh, that's a good one, especially with that top.
Yeah. So this is a cardigan. And look at how well it matches the top. Now, initially, I had actually thought that this would go really well with viscosha, which is here. But maybe not.
It does go well with viscosha.
Yeah. So this works with the viscosha, but you can see how it dulls everything down. But then as soon as you pair it with the bright blues and the greens, it brightens everything right back up again. This is a stunning look. If you had to choose between this, let's do a vote. Might be a good time for a vote, Shefali.
A this or a that?
This or that. Would you choose this
Or that?
This,
Should we ask this?
this, or that?
Let's see. I'm waiting.
This?
I'm waiting.
That. Oh, beverage break.
I have one that. I have two that's. I have three that's. I have four that's. I have two thises. I have five that's. I have three thises. I have four thises. I have five that's. Or six that's, I think, actually.
Does that mean they both look good?
That means they both look good. Oh, seven that's. Oh, no, it's one off each. That's what I'm
Really?
getting. So there's like five thises and there's six that's or something like that.
They're both beautiful in their own way, right? Like this is a very bold, I feel like I'm in Greece look. And this is, I could kind of be just about anywhere enjoying being a tourist. A little more understated. I feel like this is more of an art gallery look. This is more of a city walk look.
Yeah, I agree.
Nice. Okay.
Carol says tit or tat.
Oh, it's nice to be with you guys again. The world is a fully crazy place, let me tell you. This little bit of sanity is a wonderful respite from it.
Marilyn's so funny. So she wrote this, and then she wrote, but I also like that, so would have to buy both. Yes, the logic makes sense.
Oh, here's one. I bet you thought of this one.
Sweet.
Now, would you keep this on?
Yeah,
Really?
why not? Then you just need a pink necklace. I don't think there is a pink
I don't
necklace.
think there is a pink necklace. This is why we need to make room for new Susie Blue. Oh, I think I would wear it as a jacket. like the other kind of jacket. Ooh, look at that.
Wait, try it the other way and then wear it with this necklace.
Okay, well, in a second.
Yeah.
What if I wore it like this and put a cardigan over it?
Cute.
Right?
Yeah, totally.
Because that is freaking adorable together.
You could actually put
Which
like
one?
a pink duster over it.
Oh, yeah.
It might not be.
Do we have one here?
I don't know if we have one that would like
Work with it?
Work. Oh! I found the perfect one.
Oh,
Maybe.
Maybe.
Not that pink, maybe.
maybe, but I don't know. Not that one.
Not that one.
I think this falls into the trying too hard category.
In the lily.
Yes, gilding the lily. They are each lilies on their own, and gilding them is not making any of them more beautiful.
I'm trying to see if we can find something that would match that pink. I think this is too light.
Yes, that is probably too light. It's going to get washed out with the green.
Unless you take off that necklace and then you put.
I don't think so. Too pale.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to where I was. I'm going to take this necklace off. And flip this over my neck.
Oh, this might be a little controversial. I have a suggestion.
All right.
You do the way that is for you.
Actually, Shefali with the jacket,
It's cute.
it's really cute. And what was that jacket hack that our customer Wendy showed us? Yeah, that would be so adorable. Can you remember the jacket hack? There was turning a jacket into a poncho.
Margaret Webb's hat?
Yes, Margaret Webb's. Was it?
Yeah, it was Margaret's hat.
Okay. Turning
A jacket into a poncho. I don't remember the other one.
the other one was a poncho into a top. Yes. I just don't remember how. Good thing we have videos of all of these. Right. It was this. Put your head through there. And then twist this.
Oh, so it's like a little capelet.
It's like a little capelet. That was one of them, but there were two.
Yeah.
That also is, oh, and then you can take that, put it over your arm. That's a fun little layered look too, isn't it?
I really like it.
Yeah, very different.
And with the pop of green in the center, it doesn't look too out of place. It looks very intentional.
With this, you mean?
Yeah.
Blue.
So sorry, the pop of blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's a mistake I would make. You're hanging out with me too much.
The blue top needs to go. Hey, you never know, Jackie.
I don't know. Like,
I kind of like it.
yeah, Shefali and I were talking about that before the show started, that both of us have gotten so much more, well, me especially, have gotten so much more open-minded about mixing colors. Like, there was a time where I would just be like, no. And now I'm like, there's potential.
Yeah, I have noticed that. I'll show Priya stuff now, and she's like, oh, I see it. I see it.
I see it. I see it now.
Could you
I feel-
try the jacket again back
Oh, right.
and then see how it looks with the Kirsch?
Yeah. So, that's not actually Kirsch. just
Oh,
for
it's
the
like
record.
just a lipstick red.
It's not even lipstick. I think actually, no, you're right. It's Kirsch. It's not lipstick.
lipstick, yeah.
Yeah, like I think Lorena is rubbing off on me. And then even the post that I used today for today's show was the mixing and matching done by Margot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just, I like that. I don't have a
Because it
problem
actually
with
looks red.
that. It does, well, there's lots of little bits of red in there if you look really closely. Can they see it like right where it overlaps a little? That's kind of sweet, eh?
I like it.
It's a fun look. And it's a great way to use your kimono sleeve jackets yet another way.
I'm a weaver and have used this color combination so many times.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Says
beautiful.
K.Tish.
There, and then I just made this asymmetrical by tying a knot there. I would totally wear this. Without hesitation. Okay. Anything else you would like to see with the chartreuse, Shefali?
Yes. I would. There is a lipstick red
Oh, yeah.
Ritzy tank. This is the look that a customer put on in store.
Yes, I was just going to say that customer came in and put it on. It looked so good on her. I was shocked she didn't buy it. It's like she came in here, she created a work of art, and then she walked away.
She was like, okay, that's it.
My work here is done. You are all in awe, jaws on the ground. Yeah. It was a beautiful set, though.
She looked incredible.
Incredible. So this is what she wore. So this was off, right?
Yes.
Lost hangers. It's time.
It's happening.
It always does. I'm trying to be extra careful this time. Oh, did you give me this with a hanger?
I thought I did, yeah.
Okay, can you pass me a hanger over there?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Maybe a couple of extra. Maybe this time we learn from our mistakes. By hour,
But the whole
it's
fun
the
of it-
royal hour.
The fun of it is watching you struggle.
Yeah. So I made French onion soup today. I was telling Shefali. I have no idea how easy it is to make French onion soup. And that's why I'm thirsty, because I maybe did put a bit too much salt in. But we'll have to tag this Shefali later.
Yep.
So what I did was, I'm sure those of you who make French onion soup regularly are just laughing at me because it's so easy. And I'm like, it's so easy. Okay, you take onions and you slice them and you fry them until they're kind of caramelized, but not too caramelized. And then I added some mushrooms and fried those around until they were soft. And then I added some garlic and some fresh thyme and a bit of demi-glaze and water. That's it. Salt and pepper. And then I toasted in my air fryer some little croutons that I made with a little bit of cheese and oil and salt and pepper. That was it. So delicious.
French onion soup is really simple.
I thought that it was harder for some reason. I don't know why. You know, I think I thought that it was beef broth and that you kind of had to boil it down, and I wasn't thinking that demi-glaze is a thing.
Yeah, and also Heather says you just need time for the onions to cook down.
Yeah. Oh, and if anybody ever has to fry down onions, as I do sometimes with Indian cooking, an air fryer for frying onions is amazing. You guys have an air fryer, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so this is why it works so well. If you're frying in a pan, then the onions on the bottom, like if you really want to caramelize them, then you have to let them sit on the bottom long enough to caramelize, but not so long that they burn, right? So you're constantly stirring. But if you put it in the air fryer and you toss them with some oil, the top layer is what starts to caramelize, and then you just take it out, give it a shake, and throw it back in, and you just keep doing that. So the bottom, you never have that situation of it sticking to the bottom, and getting more and more cooked.
Yeah.
Because for Indian food, you have to cut the onions quite fine.
Yes, you do. Yes.
Yeah, this is beautiful together. Wow. Wow. Look at the back of that. It's like a walking work of art.
It's such a cool piece.
Yeah. Too beautiful. Wow. And then we have the short one as well, right? No, just add the short one has the green too.
Yes, it does. I cannot believe that this fabric hasn't sold. It's so stunning.
So pretty. I'll put this one on upside down. Okay, hold on. This, the lipstick. Or not lipstick, Kirsch. Do we love it? Do we like it?
I love it. It just needs a blue necklace. I think it might have sold the one that I always pull for us.
Oh yeah, that beautiful blue one. It was like cobalt. This one's nice too, though. Look at that fabric, though. Stunning.
It's so incredible. Yeah, and Carol said it's stunning.
It's stunning. Really, really is. So this is the difference between lipstick and Kirsch. This is a Kirsch color. This is a lipstick color. So you can see the difference.
Come closer. Yeah, so you guys can really see the difference there.
So lipstick is a deeper blue red. Kirsch is more of a true red with no orange or blue. And the Kirsch pants, which some of you have ordered, I think even I've got some coming in, are this shade, and then lipstick is definitely a deeper blue red. Let me try this one on this jacket. So the fabric on this is very, very soft. It's a Georgette silk. But I want to say the arm feel on this, like very, very lightweight. 9, like as soft as, pretty much as soft as a Georgette can get.
Cute.
So cute. And then those are the little knots. I guess somebody had tied those in.
Mm-hmm.
So adorable. Ooh. Too sweet. Sometimes I really feel like
She's in a.
and I'm just thinking these fabrics are so beautiful that they really are a respite from everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And not just in the States, like everywhere. There's a lot going on. And you need something to fortify yourself. I read somewhere, I think I shared this with you too. I talk a lot, guys, I'm sorry. So part of what a lot of people are feeling a great deal of overwhelm right now. And sociologists have been commenting that it's a very natural reaction when there's so many changes happening all at once for people to go into a freeze mode, where they just need to shut off any stimuli that comes at them about, that's going to increase their overwhelm. And I know a lot of us are feeling that right now, that sense of overwhelm with what's going on in the world. And it's almost making us shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's things like being tactile, connecting with fabric, connecting with things that are concrete and tangible that ground you again. And I think that's what I was feeling just now. There's a lot, but even just to be able to look at these colors and like, here guys, you'll see what I mean. Stare at those colors together for a minute. Like just focus on nothing else. And you'll see how uplifted you will feel by the beauty of it, to the point where the other stuff feels a little more proportionate. But yeah, that's how I feel about the silk sometimes. It's a little bit of sanity in an otherwise crazy world.
Agreed.
And the other thing that sociologists were saying is that in order to get through a time where there is so much that overwhelms us, the key is to focus on just a few of the things that really matter to us. So whether that's your family or whether that's, I don't know, what else? Family, your community or charities that you belong to, someplace where you feel like you still have power will help you feel less powerless.
Yeah.
And will help you get out of that overwhelmed freeze mode. And they even said, even in terms of politics, which we're not going to talk about, if you are feeling that overwhelm with regards to current events or world events, and you feel like you have no room for anything because it's all just too much, they suggested picking 1 or 2 things that are very close to your heart. So, if there's something going on somewhere in the world where you're like, that really resonates with me, that is one thing I will allow in. At least that way you still maintain your voice in a time when it's just so easy to let the overwhelm take over. That wasn't political, right?
No, I think that was very much focused on people. Yes. And I think the community thing really also ties into what Carol's saying. Sometimes they start conversations with strangers and they aren't really strangers anymore, which is true. You guys get to play with silk and then you guys we all have a community, which I think really helps. And spoken like a true journalist, Jackie said, but it's exciting, interesting, all this crazy change. And I think from a journalistic or historic perspective, like from a very historic perspective, I would actually tend to agree with you there.
Well, you're definitely seeing patterns repeating,
yes.
Right? So we are getting more tunics with side ties in. So if you're wondering what they look like, I'm wearing mine backwards with the V at the back. You can wear them with the ties totally undone if you're looking for more of a tunic look. I met a lady who came in on the weekend and she always wears hers fully tucked in. Fully tucked in. So that it just looks like that, and then she balloons it out. This is actually, it would hang even flatter on me. It's just that I'm wearing this.
Lots of layers.
Yeah, so if I weren't, this is what's making it look a little bulkier. Otherwise, it would just sit completely flat. if I tuck that in.
And Cheryl Denby says, love this silk. It's gorgeous colors.
It is a gorgeous color. You can see all the pretty colors there. So yeah, I feel like I understand if you are able to detach yourself emotionally from what's happening, it is very interesting. But I think for a lot of us, it feels very tangible. And it's a little scary.
Yeah, I think it's especially because for us, I mean, Priya and I talk about this even now more so whenever we chat. I've been a bit busy with school, but whenever we do chat, one of the things that always comes up is how uncertain this whole thing is and how it's making us feel uncertain even about the decisions we have to make. Like we feel like we're in a standstill, and it's hard to be in a standstill when we know we have to support, like, what was it we said, 16 people?
So, yeah. And besides me, there's 6 people here, sometimes 7 if we count Kim.
Yeah.
And Reshma.
Yeah.
That's 8.
Right, that's 8 people
that's
here.
That's 8 people
yeah.
we fund. And then we fund the entire team in India, including Anshul and all the tailors. So, and Shefali reminds me of this all the time, that if I go down, I take everyone with us.
5 years.
I don't plan on going down, but it is a lot of decisions to make and a lot of responsibility to hold. And I'm feeling it on such a micro level, being a small business. And I have the ability to turn on a dime, right? To be like, okay, we're going to switch tactics. We're going to do this. We're going to roll with the punches. But I can't imagine how bigger companies are trying to roll with the punches, both in Canada and here. When you can't turn on a dime, like there are things that have been in production for 2 years that are now about to come out, and you're like, wrong economy. Like, it's scary.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this with this. Maybe? I know the greens are really off, but it matches this.
It does match that, but I think with the...
Maybe not with
these pants, yeah. You know what? Here's what I'll say. If you're somebody who likes to play around with different tones, you can make this work. I think, honestly, if you played around with some cool accessories, it would be a very unique look. But I do think that if you're looking for something more tonal, this is more tonal, for sure.
Yeah, this definitely allows you to bring
its own vibe.
Yes, it has its own vibe. Because the green in here is kind of like a viscosha green, where it's a beigey green. There.
I have to laugh more. I said too many greens. Isn't that the whole point, Maura?
Yeah, we're just having some fun here.
And I think, why don't you try it with that green cotton cardigan?
Oh yeah, that's good. I think you're gonna have the same
problem, right?
Yeah, like this is gonna look great with this, but this is not.
It's less, for me though, it's less jarring. I don't know how to explain it. I do find that this is more, this makes more sense.
It feels like it makes more sense too. And
also texturally it makes more sense.
Yeah, and I actually don't hate these 2 colors together.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I think you just need a lighter, I know we don't have a chartreuse necklace, but you know that yellow necklace that you see with the yellow wooden? It's like a light yellow.
This one?
No.
This one.
Yeah. That, I think, would tie in that really light tone up top. Even though it's not the same color,
yeah,
it still ties in that kind of lightness or that kind of pale yellow tone.
It's cute.
Again, it's cute.
If I were traveling and I had all these pieces in my luggage, I would mix and match them.
Yep.
If I had my full closet, would I? I don't know. But yes, traveling I would. Let's see. I think I'm going to put on the Joanna jumpsuit next, because I haven't worn the Joanna jumpsuit in that color in a really long time. Yeah, I think I can see exciting, Jackie, but I think for me, there's more fear than excitement. At this point.
Yeah, she did say treat it as a spectator sport, and I think I would agree with you if I didn't feel like it
didn't impact my life
so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't maybe want to go into how much this would impact my life if the business didn't go through.
Yeah.
But it would be really, 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 really bad. Like I don't think it would be so bad that like I wouldn't have, the support of my community to at least help me get out of it. But I've had to do a lot of bootstrapping to get to this point, and I would like to at least relax.
Wouldn't we all?
Like I don't.
Yes,
I haven't had a weekend where I just relaxed in maybe 5 or 6 months.
Well, you've been really
And I think that it is really uncertain, and I don't try to think about the uncertainty, especially as a young person, because I do know that we are clever. I would like to say, knock on wood, that we are clever enough to get ourselves out of a situation if we have to, and this is what Priya and I do constantly. Like every time we meet, we do talk about.
We talk about how we're going.
How we're going to do certain things.
How are we going to pivot? So this is a Joanna jumpsuit. It feels like a size large, but could you check for me?
It should be a large, actually.
Yeah.
I pulled a large for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this guy's feels like nothing on. It could not be more comfortable. It's amazing. I may just leave this on all night. But what would I pair it with? So this, I want to say, has more teal in it. So not this. Okay, this one it is a green, but I feel like it's much more of a viscosha green. You can see, ooh, these two would be unbelievable. Look at that, Shafali.
So I actually thought that duster would go so well with viscosha and also with olive, like the olive set.
Yeah.
And I think the Joanna is basically the same color as the Galen olive.
It is, but you know what? Like that looks good.
But
This looks
a no-brainer.
Phenomenal together. And then again, you get that purple with green, right? It's so beautiful.
Margot says it's a workout just trying in the clothes, Pilates and clothes.
So true. Let's see.
That'd be sweet together. Ooh, yeah, that'd be nice.
Do you think so? I don't think this doesn't really have olive in it.
It's
It's
got an
not teal.
olivey tone because I think tonally it works. Why don't you try it with?
This is olive.
Yes, that's olive.
That's olive. So cute.
Ooh, there's a baby doll in there. You should try it with.
Yeah, where?
Nope.
Oh,
Keep going.
this one? No. Yes.
No.
There's a baby doll. Oh, wait. This one?
Maybe.
That's the baby doll.
Yep.
So we do have this jumpsuit in navy blue too, and I feel like this would work better with the navy blue. But you can see the flowers in here. We have some sand colors. We have blues. We have kind of like a rusty red. We have a true red. Some yellowy chartreuse almost. And then there is your olive green right there. Ooh, that's really cute. Yeah, I have to keep going back to your comment. I'm so sorry, Jackie. I know what you're saying comes from a place of, how do we survive this, that it's a spectator sport. My heart just breaks for so many people.
Yeah.
I don't have the detachment yet. Maybe as I get older, I will develop that sense of calm, that everything is working out exactly as it should, despite how it feels. But right now, on both sides of the border, I am seeing so much pain and suffering, and good people who are just trying to get food on the table. Or, my daughter, for Christmas and her birthday, we paid for a trip for her to meet up with a person she's a counseling psychotherapist. And we paid for a trip to her to do a retreat in Arizona with one of the most renowned American boundaries counselors. And it was only for like a very select group of people, and she wanted to be a part of it. And so many things have changed just between the time when there was the final cutoff date, and then like 3 days later, so many things changed in the States that she had to forfeit the whole thing, all of it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like it was 5,000 US.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money, right? And we don't blame her, and they were so kind about it, no, nothing against them. They said, well, we could do this and we can do that. But she's like, I am a brown girl and woman, and I don't know how I feel going through all of these checkpoints. I'm feeling scared. And I don't know whether it's justified or not, like that, I don't know, but I know her feeling is very real.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like we've all, and I'm saying this as like, people who have had to feel that fear when they're walking into a room that, you know, somebody is going to do something about the fact that they're different.
Yeah.
Like that fear when you actually have to face it, like you feel you get scared because it's your safety, right?
It's your safety, right? And you know, my brother-in-law, he has a job. He works for a Canadian branch of an American company, and he's doing really well at his job. Like every year, he gets bonuses. It's like related to education, and they said that they needed to send him again to Washington D.C. And he doesn't want to go. And he gave them all the information why he's like, I don't feel safe. I am a brown man, you know, Muslim presenting, even though he's not Muslim. And I don't feel safe. I have a child at home. And so, like, there is this consequence for him that now somebody else who's not brown will be able to take that trip. And the only reason that he had to pass on it is because his skin is brown. Like, he almost looks like he could be Latino. He's very, very fair. But he definitely presents as an other.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know what? I appreciate where you're coming from, Jackie, that there is safety in removing yourself from it. I just feel like this chaos is hitting home in so many ways. And I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. I really don't. But I do feel like I don't have the skills to separate myself from all of what I'm feeling around me. Kind of wish I did, but I don't. Okay, guys, back to happy silk. Silk is happy. Silk is fun. Silk saves you from thinking a little bit. Back to tactile. Let's feel the silk.
I was thinking that one would actually look really nice with just the cardigan, like the cotton cardigan.
Oh yeah, but with these pants, right?
I was actually thinking no pants, just as a little dress. It'd be so cute, very sweet. You could do a bunch of ruching.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I would still wear it with leggings underneath. I know that the self-pocket dress can be worn as a dress. This one is sheer, so you probably want to wear something underneath it. But look how sweet it looks with a little bit of pants sticking out at the bottom.
Claire, I agree with you, but I'm not going to read your comment.
Yeah.
She said the F word, like not the rude F word, the F word we've talked about before. Politically, does that?
Yeah.
It does. You're absolutely right.
So yeah, I'm feeling a lot of fear. You know, I don't fancy myself an empath, but I do feel like I feel the things that are the energy in the air. And I am feeling a lot of uncertainty coming off of people.
Lots of tension.
A lot of tension, a lot of fear. It's not comfortable. And we have to stay grounded in the face of it. I think that's what I keep thinking to myself. And that's why I've been, doing a lot of reading about overwhelm and, how do you cope and how do you stay engaged when every part of you wants to, put your head in a hole. Because I feel like there has to be that balance.
It's sweet together, Priya.
It's really sweet together. This was a great call. Now you can see the different shades in here. We have sky blue. This is actually like a pale minty green. Here we have a multi-tonal leaf green and lighter leaf green. Could it be a pistachio?
It looks like a pistachio.
Yeah. And then this is actually a shade of yellow with marigold, which kind of reads as more of a golden yellow, but it's because the two colors are combined.
Maura, can you give more context to your comments? And Rebecca said the self-pocket dress over the jumpsuit looks like tears, and I love that look. I agree.
Yeah, it does look like tears. And if you're if you like the Landon pants, you're gonna love this jumpsuit. And I don't like waistbands. They have to be really loose. My stomach, I feel like it has a circumference change of 4 inches over the course of a day. I never know which direction it's going to go. So wearing a jumpsuit like this is really comfortable for me because there's no added pressure on my tummy. And the other nice thing about this jumpsuit is that when you need to take it off to go to the bathroom, these are elasticized. So it's a really quick, it's a really quick in and out, which can also be very important. So super fun.
I got the context, Morag. Good for you, Morag. I appreciate it. So tomorrow is the Women's March all over the U.S.
Yes.
And Morag said, I'm so white that I'm going to march tomorrow.
Oh, that's so nice. Yes, and my cousin is actually participating in a protest today or tomorrow, and then she volunteers for an organization. She lives in the States. She volunteers for an organization that helps with funding for particularly people of color who have been systemically disenfranchised, and helping to provide them education. And so again, like we talk about tangible things. This is a woman who is devoting her spare time to being part of a volunteer organization to help others. She is going to be going to a fundraiser where she is the only one who's qualified to do a certain role within this fundraiser. She is a person of color. She's of Indian descent, like me, and she is working with a group of Black Americans. And anyways, in Colorado Springs, just a little bit down the road, there was a white supremacy meeting.
Oh, God.
And she says to me, she's like, do I go? Do I not go? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, did you talk to them about security? And she says, they say everything's fine. And I'm like,
then she's fine.
Really?
No, she's fine. I think that I feel like this is a personal call, obviously, just knowing your cousin. And we also have a question about the cotton cardigan as well. Just asking, I'm just quickly telling you, just asking if it's more yellow or if it's more minty green.
It's more minty green for sure.
Okay, perfect.
It's somewhere between a pistachio and a mint.
Okay. But I do feel like, we are in an era of, we're seeing politics happen in real time in a way that feels revolutionary like it does historically. And I always ask myself, what side of history do I want to be on? Yeah. And so, I feel like every day I live, and I think a lot of us can say that even with this business, is that we do live politically charged lives because of the way we choose to live our lives.
Well, if you're finding yourself supporting a sustainable business, you are already making a political stance.
Yeah.
Ooh. How is this not sold? Honestly,
Gorgeous.
How is this not sold? I remember showing this during the sneak peek, and I think it should have sold then. So I'm wearing it with olive green. It looks great. You could also wear it with blue, like an indigo blue. I bet it would look amazing with the orange pants. I feel like that's what we must have tried it on with the Zaffarinos. But look at that jewel work on there. They're actually just sequins, but they are some of the sparkliest sequins I have ever seen. And they're not itchy on the inside because the sequins are just on the outside, and on the inside you just have beautiful stitching. You can tell that it's all hand done as well.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can really tell. Stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Once again, a true reflection of craftsmanship.
Mm-hmm.
And Carol said, I had the Joanna on today with the poncho and sweater cardigan. So comfy, wumpy. She actually said about this poncho, she had said, I had a few people stop and chat about the poncho I had on this weekend, and it turned into a 10-minute conversation.
Oh, that's
which is
so
gorgeous.
nice.
And Pat said, lovely. And there's a couple comments on YouTube. I hope you guys are okay that I'm not sharing them and I'm just reading them instead. Not because I think it's bad or anything. It's just...
We're trying not to get too political.
Yes.
Yeah, Shefali and I agreed it's okay to talk about people because we are about community and people. We don't want to talk about politics, what's right, what's wrong. But I think there's always room for empathy for everybody.
Yes. And we can always talk in general terms.
Yes.
Rebecca says, I feel like we're on the right, but sadly the losing side of history at the moment. And Morag says, my kids say the same thing, Shefali. My kids wish life would stop throwing them historic shit at them.
Yeah. Well, that's what I feel, especially your generation. Were you born in 1999 or 2000?
99.
And Mira was born in 2000. And Mira reminds me all the time of all the traumatic things that have happened in the world since she was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what I say to what you were saying, Rebecca, is that punk never dies. It lives on, and you can choose to have it live on. And I think that, that's what I feel like I'm reminded of every time I live in Hamilton, actually, specifically. There is quite a culture here for making real change. I think especially in a city that has had to deal with so many curves and jumps and, ups and downs. And I'm seeing
economic change.
Big economic changes. And so you're seeing the reflection of how people have had to survive. And that's why I think we have been so lucky to be a part of this community, because it is such a genuine community.
It really is. Yeah. Salt of the earth, as I like to say.
Yeah.
No pretension here. I think I would, talking about all the important things, I think I'll put a chain magnet here.
I agree.
Also important.
I think a chain magnet there would be really sweet.
I can't tell you how much joy my closet has been bringing me lately. It really has become my refuge. And I find myself just going in there, putting on calming music and putting together outfits and hanging them up in different places. Yeah, crazy times, people, crazy times.
Rebecca said, if I knew for sure that I could fit the self pocket, I would have brought this one. I'll try one on when I visit in July.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, please do. And I'll be here in July, so I'm so excited to see you.
I'm so excited to see you too.
Claire says, ooh, I'm jealous, Rebecca, have fun. And Morak says, my youngest was born in 98. Oh, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And Claire says, wow, that dress is so pretty.
It's so pretty. It's underrated, I think, because it's such a soft peach tone. I think if you are someone who is a warm autumn, these are your colors.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sparkly self pocket, Mrs. Ears, is gorgeous.
That's Michelle.
Oh, Michelle. Oh my gosh. Michelle, gorgeous. And Amy said, it's hard not to talk politics right now, but a broadcasted message on the internet is a bit different. I'm sending love.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. What was I going to say? Oh, right. If you watched that TV show Succession,
Yes.
as many of us have, the daughter with the red hair, these are the colors she wore.
Oh, yes.
Yes. All these like soft, muted greens and pinks and peaches, corals. You could see how this would be stunning on her with the red hair and the fair skin.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, warm autumn. This one is calling your name. Love it. Okay. I think that may be it for things that go with olive.
Morak said it's a soft spring.
It is. It could be also a soft spring. Yeah. It really could be. Like, are the colors coming out true? Or is it getting washed out?
No, they're coming out pretty true, actually.
They're beautiful shades.
Jacqueline Webster says, my husband asked if I needed an intervention after seeing all the cells in my closet. Trust me, you're not that bad. You're fine.
No. And I am surrounded by this. You would think that I would be tired of it. It's beautiful. Each piece is so freaking beautiful.
Like, in awe.
I am in awe as well. And people collect art, right?
I'm an art collector.
I'm an art collector.
And I have been trying hard to resist. Missed out on my favorite from the last release. Aww. And Margot said, I hide my silks from my husband.
So Shefali tells me this one has green in it. I do tend to trust Shefali. Shefali, you want to show us the green?
So I had actually paired this with the side slip top that Priya had already worn.
Which one?
The one that was green and blue. It had that kind of viscosha flower pattern in it. Yes. So I had paired those together for you to wear because I thought when they were paired together, you could really see that there is this overlap of colors that looks like an olive green.
There is an overlap. That is very true. So there is like a bluey color and a yellowy color that overlap some in places in the print that do create green, but it's really hard to pull that color out. And maybe Shefali's right that this is the way to do it.
Amy says, my spouse and I have separate finances for a reason. And Michelle says, I hide mine too. And Jane says, I know if anyone looked at my closet, they would come and try to intervene, so I don't let anyone in. LOL.
Guys, I honestly, if you can afford it, and you're not putting your family in financial jeopardy, then take joy where you can.
That's all I do these days.
Oh, you're right, Shefali, they do look beautiful together.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It does pull out those tones. And I love how the patterns are together, actually. Shefali, you did it again! Again!
The master!
You are the master. Never in a bazillion years would I have put this together, and yet I kind of love it.
Claire says, I have no husband, and my cat loves to sniff the sins I hang in my shower. Win-win!
I think my husband as well, like, he understands too. When things get rocky in the world, I do go shopping.
Also, like, you know what? The nice thing about Goat is that he actually really appreciates your love for beauty. Because we've actually talked about this, me and him, and he's like, I really love all the special
That's my
things.
husband, by the way. His name is Gautam, the same name as the Buddha. Everybody calls him Goat.
Because he's the goat.
Because he's the goat. Yeah, he is. He's the goat. So you were saying you guys talked?
Yeah, we talked. Oh, you guys talked?
You guys talked? Yeah,
but we were talking. He was telling me, because I was like, "What do you think with Priya having all this stuff?" Because all the relationships I've been in, they have to accept that I am like this, right?
Yeah.
And he said, you know, it's really actually nice to appreciate things and have special things, and it's also really nice to have a wife who's very happy. And I said, very true, Goat.
That is also true. I think it's teal time.
Yes, I agree. It is teal time. It's doing something nice for yourself more. I agree. And Claire said, I remember that poncho in that material. And I said, I do remember the poncho in that material too. And Rebecca said, Priya has to have all those silks to represent the brand. It's a work obligation.
Yes, that's right. It's my duty. Speaking of which, there are times where I get very involved in my work. Like I wake up and I'm like, I'll just run downstairs, have my coffee, then come upstairs, brush my teeth and all of that. There are days I never make it back upstairs. Like I do brush my teeth eventually, but it's going to be later.
It's like 3 p.m.
Yeah. So I was having one of those days and I'm like, darn, I have to go to the bank. And I'm like, no, I have so much work to do. If I go upstairs and like get all dressed and everything, that'll be like 20 minutes. And so I'm like, fine, you know what? I'll brush my teeth, throw something on and go. Don't I meet 2 people in the bank who are like, are you Priya?
No
like,
way.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And Shefali, if you only could have seen how I looked. Oh, my God. What were the chances?
Wait, what were you wearing?
Okay, black leggings.
Okay, classic.
Which were from the store.
Yeah, classic black leggings.
Classic black
I know exactly the look. I'm picturing.
You know the look.
Yeah.
It's the black leggings, black sweatshirt, black tank
Oh
top,
my God.
black shoes.
The classic.
The classic.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am just working from home
I
today.
am just working from home today. I need to be wearing clothes. These are clothes. And she sees me. She goes, and I'm like, I am.
Hair.
Yeah, I'm like, I am Priya. Yeah. I'm just, I got some baking to do. That's why I'm here. She was so sweet about it. And she's like, oh, I guess I was kind of hoping if I saw you, I'd get to see some silks. And I'm like, that would be a very fair thing to say.
Yeah. You actually cannot leave
the house
without silk on.
And I usually do, literally. I'm like, because it is the easiest thing to grab. But I was just like, I'm not going to get lost in my closet. I'm just going to go. Because I have to send money to India.
But that's the day you meet people, Priya.
Oh my God. So embarrassing.
You should even throw, like, even if you don't put it on, there has to be an obligatory single silk in your bag.
There should be.
Yes.
At the top of my purse that I can throw on as a
Yes.
scarf. Yeah. So that was kind of like mental note, don't do that again. But what were the chances, Shefali? I'm not that important.
No, that's how the world works. Jane said, it's hereditary for me. My mom was like that. If you feel down, sad, happy, or whatever, go shop. Agreed.
Yeah,
It was also
isn't there a song about that by Michael Bublé?
I think so, yeah.
Well, there's one, if it's diamond rings she loves, let her buy her a dress. I don't know, I can't remember the song. Somebody there will remember it. Buy her a new dress.
Oh my gosh. said, it's getting hard to hide my silks now as I've outgrown my second closet.
Oh.
Jacqueline Webster said, they were in my second closet too. He does indulge me. He was the one who drove me to the store when I was so desperate to visit in person.
Aww.
And Amy said, good answer. That's why he is the goat. And
this is very soft, by the way, guys. Like, I can't even tell you.
they're loving the bag scarf idea.
Oh yeah, it is a
Amy's
great
like,
idea.
bring a poncho, tie it to your purse like a scarf.
Yeah.
And Rebecca says, aren't bag scarves a thing? Tie a pretty poncho as a scarf on your
Yes.
purse strap, then you always have a silk in event of a fashion emergency.
Yeah, that was a fashion. Can you imagine? Hold on 1 second.
See, there is silk. I do have silk.
Yeah. But it was very sweet. Apparently she watches the lives and like she recognized me. She watches all the time. I don't think she's bought anything yet, but she's thinking of coming in store and she's part of the swap and sell group.
Oh, no way.
It
That's
was
so
so sweet. It was so sweet.
What's her name? Do you remember?
I do. Her name was Melanie. I also
Hi,
know her last name.
Melanie.
But yeah, so very sweet.
We
And I'm like-
promise, Priya, we're silk on the time.
Always, I really do. And what was funny is that I'm like, but I am here on work business. I'm like paying India, so that counts, right? Like, I'm not just having fun.
I'm paying for silk.
I'm paying for silk. I'm not wearing any, but I'm paying for it. This I think is also a teal.
Margot also says, lost in my closet. That's what happens to me too, almost too much some days.
Yeah, but it's a nice lost. Honestly, my closet smells like roses. I have
Oh, I also bought a diffuser for my closet. Yeah.
There's something really nice about when you walk into a room that's your special room. And it's
Agreed.
tactile and beautiful and it smells really nice. The other thing is I have a diptyque vanilla candle that's right beside my bed.
Oh.
And I don't even light it because that smells so good.
No, that's enough.
That's enough. It just needs to sit beside the bed and every once in a while I just go, okay, I think that is it for Olive. What time is it? Because I think we've been having a bit too much fun.
It's 9:42. You're good.
Okay, good.
Jacqueline said you need to have a piece of silk by the door to grab on your way out.
Yeah, I should put one in my coat closet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Jane said, if I had a closet like yours, Priya, I don't think I would ever leave, LOL. And Morak said, I have some sandalwood incense that is to die for.
Oh, that's really nice. I've been actually lighting incense all day today. I'm trying not to let it all out, but I have been feeling a lot of needing those grounding things. Right?
Needing the
silk,
self-care things, yeah.
needing, the music, needing the breathing.
I actually, sorry, continue.
Oh, yeah, and so the other thing I did today, all day today, was I had incense lit at the house, which was really very
That's nice. I love this
This-
caftan.
This is beautiful. Look at that design. That's so flattering. I think it works with the olive.
I wouldn't do a necklace for that, Priya. It takes away from the pattern.
Oh, yeah. No, this has to just happen.
This has to just exist. What I think I would do is maybe something on the wrist, like a bracelet. If there is none there.
Or what about a magnet here to kind of cinch this in a little bit, almost turn it into
yeah, try it.
those dresses, the one shoulder dresses. Yeah, Shafali, this works.
Cute. Love
Right?
it.
Because then it really lets this part steal the show.
Okay, that's really cool. Looks very 20s, that cut. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty little magnet thing happening there. That was kind of effortless too.
Should try that with my magnet.
Yeah.
I have a chain magnet now, guys.
You
if
have a
you're
chain
fancy.
magnet now?
And Jane's wondering if you could put the oregano underneath.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
And Claire said the power of aromatherapy is real.
Yeah, it's true. And you know what else?
Yeah.
There's an app that I downloaded recently that I find I go to all the time. It's called Moongate. And it's music for meditation and relaxation and sometimes focus or sometimes sleep, like you can choose your categories. And it works on the idea that certain megahertz help your brain zone in on different things. So I find, and then it's got this thing called binaural beats in it. And if you wear it with headphones, like there are times where I'm listening to the music and I can feel my eyes going this way and that way, following the sound, going from one ear to the other. And I know that has a calming effect if you're feeling calm and your eyes are moving back and forth. It's like EMDR, where it locks in that emotion. But yeah, if you're looking for a really cool, scientifically proven app for those times when you want to meditate or be calm or feel your feelings or any of those good things, I find that Moongate is excellent. So we were going to try this with the pants.
The oregano underneath, yes. And Mario says, yes, but you, Priya, have all your stuff in one room. I have one also in the office too, so not so good. And Pat was wondering if you could do the magnet trick again after you show the pants. And Amy said, isn't there a song that's supposed to help soothe your brain? I want to say it's called Weightless.
I think there might be a couple of songs, because Nisha and Hannah have told me about some as well. But I know the one that Amy's talking about. Amy, if you figure it out, let me know. I too have heard of that song.
Mm-hmm. Maybe come a bit closer to show it with the oregano.
So it is not, this is definitely more of a bluey green, and this is more of a leaf green. So this down here doesn't match as well because this is more of a teal. But if you hold it up into this part, you can see that there are some lighter shades of green in here that do match, but there's blues right beside it. So it kind of feels like more of a teal, even though that right there is the oregano. Hope that helps. Yeah, but I find the music really helps. All of the concrete things, right?
Mm-hmm.
As ways to kind of get out of the overwhelm.
And Warwick said, I did a 3-mile walk in the woods, not a hard, fast walk, but just a lovely fragrant stroll.
Oh, that would be so beautiful. I find leaves and trees is a really big soothing thing for me. But anything like that, I think it's movement of the wind. That's why even that 2 seconds when I walked out of Pilates and I felt my gesture just flow out behind me, it just felt so magical.
Well, you also had all that dopamine from the exercise, right?
Yes. Yeah. No. Nice try.
Yes.
There was no dopamine
that
from the
is
exercise.
How exercise works, Priya.
No, I actually realized that I have to emotionally detach in order to get through.
But it creates physical dopamine. I have a Bachelor of Science. I can actually say that that's true.
You're probably right.
And not to say, I also didn't undergo the same thing. I went on a run today and my body was really feeling it because I haven't been training as much as I should have been because of the studying. And it was exhausting and it was more frustrating than it usually is, but I felt incredible afterwards because of the dopamine.
I choose to believe it was the duster blowing in the knees. I don't know. I'd like to think that I can reproduce that feeling without leg day.
And Amy said, Googled it. Macaroni Union's wait list was specifically designed to calm listeners down.
Really?
Yes.
I'll have to get a hold of that.
And Jackie said the pine tiered skirt would be really perfect under that piece.
This piece?
The other piece. The caftan.
This one might be. So pine tiered.
I don't know if we have a pine tiered skirt. Do we? Did I pull it?
There's not one here.
But this is the closest thing to
This
it.
is the pine cotton tashi pants. And yes, that's adorable.
That would be nice together.
So we're trying to get more of the tashi pants, everybody. People have been asking, and we are trying. So the tashi pants are the ones I showed them to you last week as well, that they can button up to be pants, or you can button them up across the front to be a skirt, or you can leave them unbuttoned the way we did last week and kind of have this whole flowy look. But you need to remember that it does have shorts on the inside, which you could cut. We can't because we're still selling these. But if you wanted, you could just cut those there, and then you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Sure. But yeah, that's what I love about running in parks, especially like where there's lots of trees and big trees. And I'm lucky that I live in a neighborhood that has really big old trees, because I do find that like in the summer, it's just so beautiful to walk through. And like, I even take my headphones out and I just listen to the wind.
It's so nice.
Pushing away from me, right? So
the reason I wanted to take these pants apart at the bottom, so that's the inside of the shorts. The reason that it's designed as shorts and not a skirt before you go cutting the shorts out of yours is that the crotch really is just a series of buttons. So these two would button up if you were wearing them as pants. So if these opened up, it would be nice if there were shorts underneath. That was the thinking. Okay, what here? I think it's time for teal.
you have 10 minutes for teal.
Okay, and we didn't have any teal of the tops.
You had pulled the teal for your top, so I wasn't sure if we had
No,
found
I
it.
don't have a teal.
Oh, okay. I will get a teal top.
Thank you. I do have this. If anybody is looking for something else in olive, this is a blue sky olive as well. And it's a ritzy tank with the matching Galeen capris. So the nice thing about this is it is a 2-piece set for those of you who may need a quick bathroom visit or who'd like to be able to wear them as separates. Do we have one? I think we might be sold out.
So we have a small and then we have a 3X.
Let's do that 3X
I think so.
because the small is not going to fit.
There you go.
Thank you. I keep grabbing things to see if they would match this. I think this is our last pair of, no, this one doesn't. That other one did better.
I think the other one did better.
Yeah. So I think this
Sorry.
might be our last pair of corduroy patchwork pants, and they are 50% off, aren't they?
40? 50?
Well, this one says 64, but that does not sound right.
Maybe that's.
Can you look it up, Alex? Alex Corduroy?
Yeah, 1 second.
That is not the right price. How much you want to bet it's not even online? I bet
Oy.
you anything. Alex Corduroy in large, extra large.
No, there's one available.
Okay. And what's the price? It's
I
not
just think it
64.
wasn't stickered properly. It's 38.
Yeah,
So it probably wasn't
38.
stickered.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, it was probably just mistaken sticker. Okay, this goes here, this goes here, and now we are into our teals. This was to go with the viscosha or the olive. I think viscosha.
It was 84 Fahrenheit, which is what, 29 or 30 degrees? Whoa! That's warm, Morag.
That's warm. Where does she live again? What state?
Morag, where do you live again? Do you mind
I know, I've just
reminding us?
forgotten. That really looks great together too.
It does. Teal, teal, teal.
Teal.
Teal. 10 minutes for teal.
Okay, 10 for teal.
Virginia. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Virginia. I went to Virginia as a kid.
Yeah?
Yeah, we used to do trips to the States every summer. My uncle, my mom's sister, and her husband and 2 kids, and me and my sister, and my parents, we would all get into a van. This was before
This
the
is
era
classic
of seatbelts.
Brown family
Yeah,
experience.
classic Brown family vacation. There'd be like a cooler of food in the back seat, and then I think we had tents, 2 tents that we would put up. But yeah, we went all over the States. That's where I saw Yellowstone Park and Grand Canyon and all of those places.
I was just watching a documentary about a treasure, like a famed treasure hunt that happened where the prize was in Yellowstone.
Oh,
It was basically like a chest of like gold coins and rubies and emeralds. This author had like written about a poem in his memoir, and the poem would lead you to,
really?
Yeah.
And it was like for real.
it was for real.
Interesting. Okay, so these are the Galeen capris. They have pockets. This is a size large. I could even wear a size extra large. You guys know me. I like a good baggy pant. It has a yoga waistband, and there's a lot of room in here. So this is a large. I think it would even fit somebody who was an extra large. That's the nice thing about the Galeen capris is if you were to gain or lose weight, they would still fit you for at least one size in either direction. What else do you need to know? Yoga waistband. You can pull it up if you want it to be shorter. Because of the yoga waistband, you can also pull it down if you would like it just a little bit longer. So there's that. And then we do have, we should be getting more. I have to place a blue sky order. But yeah, so this, I'm usually a large. This is a 3X. So friends, it's going to be big on me.
So yes, we carry up to a 3X in store, guys.
And the blue sky 3X is basically a 4 to 5X.
Because they do cut pretty generously.
They cut
And that's
really
why we
generous.
carry blue sky, is because it's quite generous. You know what though?
So-
Like if you're really into wider tops, it's actually kind of a fun look.
Maybe wear it off the shoulder.
Yeah, that's cool. It's
Yeah,
cute.
it is cute, and it's so soft and comfortable. I think that's what I love about blue sky is just how, like it's like pajamas, and they're cooling because they're bamboo.
You know, actually, I think why I like it so much, like because it's so big, because the way it's draping in the front
Yeah, this right
with
here.
extra
right?
fabric, yeah,
Yeah.
it's very cool.
The only place where I'm finding it's a bit much is here
Yes.
and under here, which is very easily fixed if you wanted to. But also the boxy top look is not a bad look.
I've actually seen companies like Rick Owens do cuts like this because, or Margiela, like in the 80s and 90s, do cuts like this because they can cut them into one size and it provides that drape, which is what Margiela, Rick Owens, or even like Issey Miyake do, right, for their styles.
So pretty.
Yeah. So you can definitely get away with it being very intentional. Very cool.
That looks so nice. So this is our teals. We're moving into teals. And we didn't get to the parachute dresses. I think we now have parachute dresses in teals as well. So this is what the parachute dress looks like. I should probably, would you be able to grab me a teal one? Yeah. Just because I think it would be worth showing the fit.
Of course.
Thanks, Shamali.
Are you sure we have? Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah, we should. I just ordered some. Ooh, this is pretty in teal. Very, very soft. Like ridiculously soft. I'll grab that. Thank you. That's beautiful together too. Maybe with like a goldy necklace.
The Together We Can necklace?
Perhaps. Time it is a tickin', so I don't know if I'll try everything on. But maybe this one,
Sweets, yeah.
right? Oops. Okay, this is another one that I really wanted to try on. So that one that I tried on had a waterfall top. I didn't realize we had a set. I do love me a good set.
Me too. I'm jealous of whoever scored the best in that fabric. The stars and flowers were perfect. Yeah, it was.
In which
cool
one?
fabric. Of the baby doll. Remember the bottom had the stars shapes? Yeah.
Look
And-
how sweet that is together.
That's really sweet together. You think it would work with Lysianthus?
It might actually. I think it would work really well with sand. It works with Lysianthus. Do we still have sand or are we sold out?
You probably do have sand.
And we'd get that, what are we calling it now? Coastal Queen?
Coastal Queen. She's a coastal queen. You are a coastal
Folly, I
queen.
think I have to try it on with that.
Oh, that would be cute together.
So cute, right? Okay. So this, yeah.
Sweet.
No,
Love it.
Beautiful, soft tones. So I just saw something that I need to try on because it's too beautiful. So I think this guy's coming off. And what size did you grab me in the pants? 1X, that's fine. That's fine.
I grabbed what I saw.
I'm getting much better at walking.
That's great.
Yes, it's called the Pilates. Leg day.
Leg day.
Like literally, as I'm getting towards the end of leg work, I'm like, there you go, knee. Now try falling out from underneath me. I got you. Who runs this show now, knee? Me. And I'm thinking, my knee is thinking, look, lady, I could have given out on you a long time ago.
It could have been a lot worse.
You go ahead. Keep thinking you're in charge of this show. Okay, so this is one of our cotton wall. Most of them sold. You know, we sold out of black.
It was fabulous.
They went out. They went so quickly.
Yeah.
Probably should get more of those too. Okay, too cute. Would wear this with the pants here, right? Those under there, and then the question before us today: how did that looks like the beach?
Put it on.
The pants?
What size is it?
It's one. It's one. X.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll stay up.
Oh.
Yeah, still good. Still good. Okay. We might might just have to end with this. Or maybe I'll try on a parachute dress and then we'll end. So this is super cute. Very, very casual. But I was thinking it might look stunning with this. And so it needed to be tried.
I love it.
Yeah.
Morag said the crazy Mexican sidewalks really built up my knee muscles. I can see that.
What do we think? Is it too bright a blue? It's not the same blue.
You know what I think makes it work is the fact that it has that sand color in it because it comes from the top and the bottom.
Yeah. And then this looks like the piece that, like this and this go so well together.
Exactly.
That this becomes your pop of color in the center of it all.
No, I agree.
It's adorable together. But this with the sand is just such a no-brainer. Too beautiful. Okay, I'm just going to try on one parachute dress, ladies, and then we are calling it a night. There should be a live on Tuesday this week, assuming that Anshul's able to get her Wi-Fi, because we have some more saris to pick still.
Yes, we do.
So these cotton dresses, we just restocked on them. They're one size, and they're 62 Canadian. So it's a really good price. The cotton is very, very soft. It's kind of like a muslin, but it's I don't know how to explain. It's like a really soft woven cotton. And this is the fit. So what am I wearing? I'm just wearing a tank top underneath. So once again, I'm a 38C, sorry. And you can see that there is enough room, I want to say 2 inches on either side through here for extra space. And once you get past the bust, it's free size. So really, if it'll fit over your bust, you're good to go. Because this is all just open. So definitely cute, amazing to wear underneath other things. I probably have something here that looks like this.
That'd be sweet.
And we still have the dress for this one too, don't we?
Yep, I had pulled the whole set
Oh,
for
we
you.
have the maxi dress. We do have the maxi dress. She's very beautiful.
There should be a photo post of Mira in it coming out soon.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. That day that we took
Yeah.
pictures. So I don't know how I feel about the bolero with it.
I actually really like the bolero with it. I think it's sweet. Yeah.
Maybe I just feel like it needs a necklace.
I think it really needs a necklace.
Together we can.
You could even do, yeah, do the together we can, or some
Or
kind
the
of
green. This green heart.
do the green, yeah. I kind of think it needs to be like light.
You know what it is? I actually like the dress with the pants, and I like the dress with the bolero. I don't know how I feel about the dress with the bolero and the pants.
I think it's a cool layered look, but I think your hair needs to be up.
Oh. Changes everything. You with the bolero?
Yeah, because there's more space here.
Yeah. And use my Pilates neck.
I think that looks sweet.
I think that's it, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us. We had a great time. This is the highlight of my week, and I appreciate so much that you indulge me and let me come here and share what I'm worried about and what brings me joy, including all of these beautiful silks, and that you participate with each other. The community that we've built reminds me of all the good there is in the world.
Oh, could you also try this shrug? I had pulled it for this live.
Okay.
It was the shrug that's the same as that Monet duster, the green Monet duster.
Oh, I love that piece. It's over
Don't worry, Amy. I see the comments.
I think I looked at this one. So it's a shrug, right? And I'm pretty sure the maxi dress in this sold. So freaking beautiful. Let me show you the colors. So we have different shades of green and black through here. It kind of ombres into indigo and gray, a bit of teal through here. I would say this is a Kermit the Frog green. And then also a lighter, kind of like just your standard bright green. I don't know what else you'd color that. It's not a light Kelly green. Lime. It's brighter than lime. Let's see how she looks. See, I know you're a fan of the bolero, but I am definitely a fan of the shrug. Because you can always tie a shrug into a bolero look, as Margot has said in our swap and sell group. Somebody was asking about whether she should go with the shrug or the bolero, and Margot said, truthfully, that you can wear the shrug as a bolero, but you can't wear the bolero
as a shrug. Very true.
Yeah, so this is what it looks like. And this is its Monday look. I will try on its Tuesday look. Oh, I never did show what I did with that baby, with the magnet. I'll do that too before I go. Okay, this is the other look here.
Amy said, "Wizard sleeves will always win." And Pat, yes, we'll quickly show you that magnet.
Okay, so here's another one. I just totally forgot.
Yes, I do like it fawn with the blues more. It is more, it tonally works more. I use magnets with the shrug so it doesn't slide off.
That's
a
a great idea. Okay, so I'm going to put it on the same way I had the other one on, which is backwards. And this is a midi length caftan.
The front of this piece is pretty cool too.
Yeah, so the colors in here are kind of like a pale mint green, teals, multi-tonal teals, multi-tonal browns, and I think that's it. Actually, yeah, there's actually 2 shades of brown. This is much more of a, like a soft, I don't even know what color you would call that. I want to call it mud. What color do you call that?
Like a tan, like a brown, like a
brownie tan.
taupey tan, yeah.
But it's definitely got yellow in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this on backwards.
Whereas the other one has more of that red in it, or orange. It's like a darker.
Even if you wanted to tuck this in,
it's cute.
it's cute, and because it weighs nothing, it's not going to add any bulk to your outfit. All right, so here's what I did. Here is the chain magnet. They look like this. So if you wanted to attach it this way, you would need to have a separate set of magnets. They're made to attach to themselves. So what I did was I grabbed this side here and I just pinched it in really far so that I was creating a little bit more narrowness through the hip area and through the waist area, just by attaching this magnet here and then across the back here. And that was all I did. So all I did was narrow it starting from just above the hip down. And it just takes some of the width out of it. Also, I think adds a bit of asymmetry.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, that's all. Thank you so much for joining, ladies. We will see you hopefully on Tuesday. Stay tuned I'll send out an email if we are able to meet. Otherwise, I will definitely see you all on Friday. Take care. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye.